This is the wearable phone app that contains an interactive manual for space travelers. This information is on the space shuttle because of its complexity and reams of information. This allows the user to find any piece of information on the shuttle in one click. You can see that the app still has a table of contents on the right, which is separated into life-threatening operations on the top and normal operations on the bottom. On the left is an index and a search engine. In the middle is a picture index, which will allow the user to pinch and zoom on any light or switch that they need information on. Once you click on the object, you will see the name of the object, a small description, and then general topics to dig further down and get more detailed information. These include general, description of the system the object is in, non-normal and normal checklists, which are smart interactive checklists, limitations, which are the parameters of operation for the object, and then schematics, picture of how the object fits into the system. Now in general, if you click on that, you'll be able to see a description of how that device fits into the system, and it's very detailed. Next, you will see non-normal procedures. If you click on that, you will go directly to the checklist that is associated with that light switch or button. In this case, it's a hydraulic low pressure light. And the great thing about it is interactive. As you do the steps, you can click them off. So it says for hydraulic pressure low, the first step is the APU speed select 3 to normal. So what you do, if you don't know what APU acronym is, you click on it, and there is an acronym index, and we're looking for APU, and we see that that stands for Auxiliary Power Unit. Then it says to speed select switches 3 to norm. Now what we do is we check off the box that we've done it, and we want to see where that is. And so we see that is the airspeed APU speed control switch. That's it. This is an index to show you exactly where that switch will be located. And then if you need a little bit more of a description. So we've done that, and you see if there is an action item, it is italicized. Then we have clicked it off, so we go on to the next side. And it says, if not AOA, which is abort once around, we're going to assume that it is a not AOA. So we go to step 2, and it says auto SCHUDD. We could hit that to go to the acronyms and figure out what that is. And that we will find out is shutdown. And it says 3 ENA. Well, we don't know what that is. So we go to the ENA. And there are the lights in the switches, again, with the index panel of where that would be. Then next, it says go to, so we've done that, we checked that off. The next is it says it goes to APU shutdown checklist. So we click on that, go to the APU shutdown checklist. It automatically takes us to the next checklist, which tells us what to do. Now, again, we can see if we can check off the objects as we do them. And then over here, it says hydraulic pressure 200. Well, and it's italicized in a hyperlink, so we know if we want to look for where that 200 pounds is, just click on it. And there is the gauge, and its location is on the front of the cockpit. Now there's one more thing I wanted to add about the interactive checklists, is that this concept has been tested before with pilots, and the studies have found that pilots can use this system can be 35% faster at solving problems with emergency checklists, and their ability to go and to the correct procedure and do the correct procedure was increased to 100%. Now, non-normal checklist, the same thing has been tested, and it seems like they will be at least 17% more efficient. So after non-normals, there's normal procedures, which is exactly the same as non-normal procedures. You do the same step. It's interactive. They're all hyperlinked for acronyms and also for the devices to figure out where they are. The next is limitations. Now that is the operation parameters for that light switch or button that is on the space shuttle. And then finally we have schematics, which shows, it has a picture of where that switch or button or light is within the system. Now, getting back to the indexes that are on the right and left of the guide, you'll see the non-normals at the top. We have the checklists, which are basically just a non-normal checklist that you've seen before that are interactive, and also have links for acronyms and also for the next action steps. Below that, you'll see weather. Now, what I've done with weather, again, is one click. And I had to use aviation weather to get the information that I need right now, but you see that I have grouped it in a basic general format and a scrolling format. So it starts general at the top. As you go down, it gets more specific. So here we have a whole outline of what the United States is looking like in weather. Then we break it down. We have turbulence, then the visibility. Now in here, this is the radar plots with height. And then any pilot reports, so if there's any reports coming. Now the thing you'll notice about this, again, goes from general to specific. Top is general, specific is down, but also as you go down, the more specific ones, the more important ones come up first. So here we have, like I said, the general everything. Then there's turbulence for aircraft, because that's most important to them, because they want to stay out of turbulence. If they do, they're going to stay out of weather, they're going to stay out of thunderstorms, any problems. Now also, I have a later button here that goes to the forecast. So that's what's happening now, that's what's happening in 12 hours, 24, and 36. So what we have is a forecast. So let's say there is a solar flare coming towards the space shuttle. They can chart it and give you the information and update it. So since I couldn't get into the Dragon to put in my manual into the spaceship, we went to the next best thing. We went to a Tesla dealership, and this is how the screen would look in the Dragon. And then we would have all the functionality as we would on our phone that we wear on our wrist. This will fit on any format that you want because it's HTML. So again, we can have the non-normal checklist with all the functionality. You can go to different checklists. And just might take a little minute time, but all the functionality is there.